If you are a day trader and you are looking for a scalping strategy that is going to help you make ridiculous profits every single day and every single trade, I also traded US 30 and I made $1,100 in like 3 minutes using this strategy, scalping this strategy on a 1-minute time frame. Basically, I've got something really, really special for you guys, and I'm really excited for you to see it. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. My name is Artie, and this is The Moving Average, a show where we talk about everything day trading to keep you profitable on a consistent basis. So I am in love with scalping. I like to be in and out of my positions very, very quickly. And this scalping strategy that I just kind of threw together and tested for quite some time is so amazing. I cannot believe the results. Now, again, this is a scalping strategy, so I want you guys to make your money as quickly as possible. And if you want to hold the trades long term, you can. But if you do, I want you to take some profits off the table so that it's a risk-free trade. And this scalping strategy works on every single time frame. If you're 1-minute scalping or 5-minute scalping, this is going to help you. All right, enough talking. Let's get into the charts. All right, I have a completely bare naked chart right here on Euro US dollar. I'm going to give you 3 indicators that you need to put up on here. The reason I'm choosing 3 indicators is because most people have the basic trading view package only allowing you 3 indicators, and these 3 are the only ones that you're going to need for this successful scalping strategy. To get these indicators on your chart, click the indicators button and type in smoothed. Normally I use the smoothed moving average, but instead of having 1 indicator for each average, we're gonna choose the 3 smoothed moving averages right here by Hamid Safi. Make sure that you click the star button next to it because it has to be in your favorites because you are going to use it all the time. The next indicator that you're going to do is the RSI, the Relative Strength Index. Also put a star next to it. And the last one that you're going to do is fractals. Type in the name Williams to the search bar and you'll see the 3rd option down is the Williams fractals. Put a star next to it. Also click it. Now, what I want you to do is adjust your settings exactly like this. In the 3 smoothed moving average, go into the settings and change the inputs to 21, 50, and 200, and change the style to white, full color, 2nd thickness. Next one is going to be green, full color, 2nd thickness, and the last one's going to be red, full color, and 2nd thickness. And that's all you need to do for the moving averages. Next up is the RSI. Click the settings wheel right here. Leave the length at 14. Now what I want you to do is change these 2 numbers from 70 and 30 to 50 and 50. If you guys have watched any of my videos, you know there's a reason for why I do this. You're gonna change the dotted line to a solid line on both the 50 and the 50. And then what I want you to do is change the color to yellow. 100% color and the 2nd line thickness. I like yellow, it's the color theme of the channel, okay? Once you've done that, just click OK. Now the last indicator, you're gonna click the settings wheel and you are going to leave the periods input at 2 and change the style to green, full color, and red, full color. And that's all you need to do for your settings. Now we've got 3 indicators and that is the maximum amount that you can use on the free TradingView platform. Now, like I said, this scalping strategy works on every single time frame. You can scalp the 1-minute, you can scalp the 5-minute, you can scalp the 15-minute. Now, once you zoom out your chart, you're gonna get a lot of clutter. There's a lot of arrows all over the place, but there are only certain ones that I want you to take. And again, this works on every single currency pair, GBP, JPY, Euro, USD, USD, JPY, whatever you want to do. Now, what I want you to look for is a trending market. I want all 3 moving averages to be moving in the same direction, and I want the price to be above those moving averages. If the price is trending up, all 3 moving averages going up, I want the price to be above it. If all the moving averages are down, I want the price to be below it. You have to follow these rules specifically. Now, the biggest problem with any day trader is getting the right entry time. If you get the wrong entry time, you could be sitting in a period of consolidation or you could have gotten the move too late. So that is rule number one. You have to trade with the trend, above the moving averages or below the moving averages. So above all of these lines, you're looking for buys. Below all of these lines, you are looking for sells. So this is GBP JPY. Once the price breaks above the 200 and starts retesting it as support and continuing to go up, these two other subsequent moving averages, the 21 and the 50, cross over and start trading above the 200. So everything is lined up. We have the 21, the 50, and the 200. Now, using the Williams fractals, you are going to use these as your entry points. I want you to try to get the first move and the first Williams fractal signal when it crosses over the 200. So like here is too late. I want you to get here right when all of these three line up and you start getting these Williams fractals. These are going to be your entry points. Now you have to wait for the candle to close because it could repaint, meaning that it'll show up while the candle is forming, and then by the time the candle closes, it's gone away. So wait for the candle to close to get that confirmation. Now, like I said before, once we're above the moving averages, you only want to look for long positions. That's why I changed this arrow to green. We're looking for buys right now. So once that signal has printed for you, you can either get in on the top or the bottom of this candle. We're going to put in our long position there, and our stop loss is literally going to be below the lowest part of that candle that had the printed triangle on it. You can either go for 5 pips, 10 pips, 20 pips, whatever you feel most comfortable with. A 20 pip move is a little bit less common than a 10 pip move. So if your goal is 20 pips for the day, you can put in 2 positions and try to get your 10 pips. So for this video, I'm gonna suggest you only get 10 pips out of each move. It's a big misconception that somebody needs to get 100 pips or 200 pips out of each trading day. That is incorrect. If you can with certainty get 10 pips, put in 5 positions or 10 positions. You put in 10 positions and get 10 pips off each position at the exact same time, you just got 100 pips off of one 10 pip move. So your stop loss on this one is 5.9 pips and your take profit is 10 pips. And this is the 5-minute chart. So you got this 10 pips in 6 candles, which is 30 minutes. Now, one other confluence that I want to make sure that you guys have, which is why we had it as an indicator on our screen, I want you to only go for these buy positions when the RSI is trading above the 50 level. And with sell positions, I only want you to get in on a sell position with this triangle signal when the RSI is below the 50 level. Okay, so if you want to hold this trade longer, what I want you to do is close out like 75% or 80% of your trade once you've gotten 10 pips. This is only if you want to hold the trade long term. You're going to take 80% profits at this 10 pips and you're going to move your stop loss to in profit, meaning that even if it goes back down, you will still make money. So like 1 or 2 pips in profit is where your new stop loss should be once you've hit your 10 pip profit level. What you can do as a general rule of thumb is a trailing stop loss on the 21. So you would have gotten stopped out here because this move was basically stopping everybody out. You can see if you had a huge stop loss, you would have continued on this trade. Honestly, any normal person would have gotten out here. Now, I'm not going to lie to you and say that you can get 857,000 pips out of each move because that's completely illogical. You want to get your profits, you want to stick with your trading strategy, and you want to get out and look for your next trade. But let me show you one more example on the short position. Right here, it crossed through the 200 period moving averages. All of the moving averages line up to the downside. We have the 21, the 50, and the 200. This is the first signal that you get. You get in on your short position and you actually would have gotten your 10 pips in this first 10 candles. But if you waited a little bit for this next candle to print, you would have waited 1 hour and gotten your 10 pips. Always keeping your stop loss above the wick of that candle where the signal came in. Now, again, you could have held this trade and made a lot more money, but again, your stop loss would have been a lot bigger. So keeping a bigger stop loss, lowering your position size, and holding the trade a little bit longer is completely okay as long as you continue to monitor it. Seriously, with this strategy, these 3 indicators and using the first move once all of those moving averages line up is literally one of the greatest things that I've ever thought of. And I didn't invent this. I just kind of put a combination of things together And this works really, really well. I actually used this strategy yesterday. I have two accounts. I have a big boy account and I have a baby account. The baby account has $100 in it, and I used this strategy trading Ethereum, and I ended up making nearly 50% of the entire account balance off of one single trade. I also traded US 30, and I made $1,100 in like 3 minutes using this strategy, scalping this strategy on a 1 minute time frame. Seriously, I'm so in love with this that I think this is the only trading strategy video that you are ever going to need. If you are looking for the scalping strategy that's the end all be all, this is it. Hold on, wait a minute. If you guys are still watching this video, that means that you really like the video. So click the thumbs up button down below my face. So just to recap, above the moving averages, look for buy positions. Below the moving averages, look for sell positions. When it's above the moving averages, you want above the 50 level on the RSI, and below the moving averages, you want below the 50 on the RSI. You want to take the first Williams fractal indication that you get once all of those moving averages line up. You want to get your 10 pips and get out. If you want to hold the position long term, you take 80% profits, move your stop loss to in profit, and monitor that trade until you get like an RSI divergence or something. This is seriously a game changer, guys. I cannot stress this enough. You need to try this. Try this on a demo account for 1 week. Take a picture of your profits and post it in the testimonials page on our Discord group. And if you're satisfied with the results, try it with a real account. That's right, we have a Discord group. If you're not in that community, I think we're at 500 members and growing rapidly, so get in on there. Stick with the rules, trade with the momentum, and you will be a profitable trader. Now, if trading with the trend is not your cup of tea and you want to try to spot the reversals, check out this video that I did spotting reversals. And if you guys like the way that I teach and you want to see more videos like this, make sure you're subscribed to the channel by clicking this button right here and turning on notifications. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video, and we will see you in the next one.